Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Well, it's coming up on the Memorial Day weekend, and I wanted to grill something, so I thought, why not do sirloin kebab? Grilled sirloin kebab. Take a look at this. It has sirloin steak, a baby or cherry tomatoes, bell peppers, and mushrooms and onions, and it's so delicious. Well, of course, you want to start with some sirloin steak. We found this reduced price, and it was already cut up, so why not go ahead and use it? And I'm going to use a jacquard. You could use a knife just to puncture some holes in the meat to help the marinade go in. Just do it one time if you have a jacquard. You don't want to overdo. I see a lot of people, they overdo it and then complain because of the texture. Well, just do it one time, put it in a bowl, and now I'm going to add some baking soda. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I have about a pound of steak, and to that baking soda about a tablespoon and a half of water. And I'm just going to use my fingers and mix this up. It's the easiest way. My hands are clean. And once it's mixed up, you can see the meat. I'm going to pour this in. This helps tenderize the meat. And I'll show you the best way to do this, and you won't be able to taste it. And just mix it up, and as you mix it with your hands. It's so simple. Don't be afraid to use your hands. Anyway, mix it up and you'll feel the texture change, the liquid in there as it mixes. And then we'll just set this aside and let it set for about 20 minutes. And while it's setting, we'll make the marinade. 3/4 cup of Dale's steak seasoning. I'll have a link for that if you'd like to get some of this. You can find it at most grocery stores. Then 1 tablespoon of Bang Bang seasoning. I'll have a link for that too. 1 teaspoon of onion powder and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And then 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And here it comes. There we go. And then 2 tablespoons of oil. Whatever kind of cooking oil you happen to have available will work. Just like that. And now we'll give it a good mix. And we'll mix it again before we pour it over the meat. Now the meat, it's been setting for about 20 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes. And the secret is you have to thoroughly rinse this. And also you want to squeeze and work the meat. I'm going to repeat this, and you can see how the liquid is changing. Just keep working this meat and squeezing it and pour it out, and do it again about 3 or 4 times. This is how you make sure you don't have any aftertaste from the baking soda. So after you've done that about 3 or 4 times, I didn't show all of them just because it's the video, we want to squeeze the excess water out. And I mean really give it a good squeeze. I know it's a little unusual to do this with your meat, but that's all right. So we got that extra moisture out, and we're still not finished. I'm going to go ahead and dry the inside of this bowl and then line it with paper towels like that, and then in with the meat again, and then use those paper towels to try and absorb even more of the water from that meat. We want it to be as dry as we can get it so that it wants to absorb the marinade. And so I'm going to take the meat and put it in a Ziploc baggie and mix that marinade once again and pour it over the meat. Just like that. And I'm not going to pour all of it. I'm going to reserve just a little bit to use for the vegetables. There we go. We'll put this in the refrigerator and let it set for about an hour. And so while that is marinating, I've chopped up some vegetables to use in the kebabs. I have red bell pepper and yellow bell pepper and red onion and mushrooms. And here's the skewers that I'm going to use. And I also have those small cherry tomatoes. and you just run these on. And the other thing you need to know is you want to cook these separate. I have all the bell pepper on one skewer. I'm going to not try to skewer the mushrooms because they'll just split. So I just cut them and I'll put those in a pan, and those will go out on the grill like that with some salt and pepper. I'm going to salt and pepper all of the vegetables. So I have the onions on a skewer, a separate skewer, and the small cherry tomatoes. And now I'm going to put some of that marinade, brush it on all of the vegetables. And the thing is, these vegetables cook at different times. It takes longer to cook the mushrooms, so I'll put those on first. And this way you can control all your vegetables. The onions take longer, and then the bell peppers take longer. The shortest time is the tomatoes, and so they won't go on until after the meat is almost done. They'll be the last thing that goes on. So I have the meat on skewers, put them out, 425, and watch all the vegetables. The first thing that was ready was the mushrooms. I brought those in. Here's what they look like. I'll move those around, and there's a juice now, sauce in the bottom of that little pan, and I'll let that get coated. And now here, all the vegetables and the meat are done. Each one came off the grill at a different time. I was looking for the right consistency. Doesn't that look delicious? Really, now all I have to do is plate it up. So let me do that. And here we go, all plated up. The meat over a bed of rice. Look at those mushrooms and bell peppers and those little cherry tomatoes and the rice. Oh, it's wonderful. Let me cut this piece of meat, this wonderful bite of steak. Steak sirloin kebab. Look at that. Cooked just the way I like it. And this is also how you can get different kinds of doneness on your steak. Well, anyway, I hope you give this a try. It's so simple. The real trick is how you prepare the meat and cooking each vegetable separately so you can get each one done just right. They don't cook the same. You can't put them all on one. Anyway, that's how you do it. Hey, I appreciate you watching my videos. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye now.